Let me give the floor to Mr. Sant.
Mr. Chairman, in this draft report, an effort has been made to follow the Commission's good example and streamline as much as possible the presentation. The focus has been mainly placed on the investment side of the CSRs. In truth, the CSRs give much importance to the need to stimulate more investment. Almost three-quarters of all territory-related CSRs for 2016, more than last year, deal with obstacles to investment and are addressed to 23 member states. Obviously, beyond investment issues, there is a lot more to say on other features of the CSRs. But for our report, is it a good idea to have a wide-ranging document that touches on all aspects of the challenges at hand, but ends up being so diffuse that few will take serious notice of it? I believe not. So why pick on investment to focus our report on? For this reason. Because a wide agreement exists among us that a major reason why economic growth in Europe has lagged behind expectations is that investment has lagged, still lags. True, disagreement prevails between us about why this has happened. But it seems to me that we all here, in the interests of our constituents, have a deep commitment to seeing the investment situation improve without in any way abandoning what we believe in. For instance, there is the argument that within the Eurozone, by virtue of the very existence of the euro, structural imbalances are such that they, by definition, necessarily inhibit investment and eventually consumption. But even if one accepts the argument that investment growth in the Eurozone is going to be suboptimal, because this zone is not an optimal monetary zone, the point remains. In the past, investment in this suboptimal context was stronger than it is now. So could we at least try to reach those past levels, since experience shows that they are attainable? Then there is the argument that balancing the government budget plus adequate structural reforms will automatically create the conditions within which new investment will emerge. We could go on arguing about this issue for months on end in terms of dogma, in terms of facts on the ground. However, the following argument still makes sense. For parts of our system to reach the desired endpoint of balanced national budgets and implemented structural reforms, more years will be needed. Should we not, in the meantime, try to pull on all the available levers that could get more investment going, even as the desired changes are being implemented or fudged? And what are the most effective levers in such an exercise? Another point at issue is public investment, which has too lagged. One argument against trying to boost it is to do so as an act of political will, refers to the real or perceived waste that this would generate. The claims about how new airports were built in Spain when and where they were not needed is a case in point. On the other hand, public investment in the EU is still well below the levels reached by the US, which masks its public investment under defence, R&D and other appropriations at both federal and state levels. Should this not be a matter of concern to us? Of course, the investment most needed is private, but arguably private investment rides on the back of public investment. The less public investment there is, the less chances there will be of enough business confidence to generate greater volumes of private investment. Meanwhile, the evidence shows that both in the past and as of now, more than 60% of public investment is channeled via subnational public institutions. In turn, this implies that a substantial chunk of public investment in Europe must comply with widely diverging conditions and rules of operation. The 2016 country reports presented by the Commission included 178 territory-related issues, defined as issues that point at a regionally differentiated challenge and at the role of the sub-national levels of government. Furthermore, the 2016 CRs refer to widespread territory-related obstacles to investment, defined as those obstacles that have a territorially differentiated impact within countries and that local and regional authorities could help to remove. Therefore, improving administrative capacity at the local and regional levels remains a key challenge for relaunching long-term investments and ensuring growth and jobs. We need to listen more to what regional leaders are saying about this and similar issues. For there is another complication. Investors have become sceptical regarding the extent to which the European single market provides enough stability or growth potential. We may believe the contrary, not them. Uncertainties prevail regarding pan-European economic policies such as on energy, the environment, banking union within the Eurozone, not to mention immigration. Beyond that, there are of course political uncertainties heightened by Brexit, but certainly arising also from other political issues still pending. It would be imprudent to ignore them if one wishes to boost private investment. In this regard, too, will it be possible in this report, when it is finalised, to put forward something meaningful, useful, to the point, concrete, doable? I think so. Then another point at issue vis-à-vis investment relates to SMEs. Up to not so long ago, we were told that some of the bigger problems SMEs were facing when setting out new projects arose from the rigidity that banks apply to their requests for loans and other facilities. Alternative explanations now claim that the real problem is reduced demand, which motivates nobody to invest in new ventures, least of all SMEs. My own personal feedback from SMEs is that the problem is still the rigidity of bank credit, which in Europe, no matter what we say and wish about capital markets union, remains the most important avenue to propose financing available to SMEs. Can we table meaningful proposals on investment as a way forward based on the CSRs that the Commission has put together? I think we should try, which is why we will be looking forward to the amendments that are being made. I look forward to a fruitful discussion on the matters at hand with the shadow rapporteur. Our aim should be that of convincing more and more European citizens that what is of concern to them is also of concern to us. Thank you.